I'm Chris from Chris Tries, and today I've got a very important test to conduct. The reason it's important is I've just spent a small fortune on a triathlon bike. I didn't just buy any old triathlon bike. I bought this triathlon bike. Know is, have I completely wasted my money?
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
And I really hope the answer is no, because if it is no, I think my fiance is going to absolutely kill me. So the test is, which is faster? My existing road bike that I've had for about 3 years now, or my brand new, well, sort of brand new, second hand, but all singing, all dancing TT bike. The way this is going to work, right next to me over there is a dead straight road which is exactly 3 kilometers long. Actually, a very cool fact, right underneath where I'm standing is the Large Hadron Collider, because I'm right next to CERN, which is just over there. Anyway, geek out. Test is, it's a 3K flat route. I'm going to do 6K, so I'm going to do 3K out, pause, 3K back, and average the speed of both. Now, to make it fair, I'm going to average 300 watts on both bikes for both stretches and average out the speed. And to make it even more fair, my road bike is set up in a TT position. I've got some tri-bars on there, so wind resistance shouldn't be too different in terms of my body. It should purely be on the bike. So this is what I bought. It's the Cervelo P5X. It was released in 2016 and it really turned some heads at the time. It cost $12,000 when it was released. Don't worry, I didn't pay anything like that kind of money for it. Cervelo actually hired a Formula One expert for this project, and after thousands of hours in the wind tunnel, this thing was designed for one thing and one thing only: straight line speed. And this is my Felt FR4 road bike, which didn't turn any heads at the time when it was released in 2018. But I do love this bike. I really love it. It's so comfortable. And I've got it set up in the TT position, as you can see, to reduce wind resistance. I think I'm going to start on the Felt bike, on my road bike, just because it's the one I'm more used to. In terms of power meter, I've got the Asioma Duo pedals, which I'm just going to transfer from my road bike to the triathlon bike for the test. So it's the same power meter for both tests. I'm going to recalibrate before each ride so that they're zeroed and offset correctly. Don't you think every guy, when he puts on a pair of sunglasses, hears this in his own head?
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted.
Okay, this is the beginning of run number 1 on the road bike. Yeah, half a kilometre, averaging 3:09, so a little high. Okay, currently 51 kph. Averaging 300 back on. And I'm gonna stop there. Now, run 2 on the way back. Feel like I'm into the wind this way. I'm just so comfortable on this bike. Okay, wattage 303, looking good. That was a gunshot, by the way. One thing about Switzerland, they have a higher guns per capita head than America. Much less speed this way out. I'm only at about 30, nearly there. Wattage 299, slightly under, and stop. I'm already up to 43 kph, averaging 300, bang on. Oh, come on. Hey, I'm trying to get a time trial here. This thing is an animal. I don't know if that was faster, but it certainly felt it. It's uphill this time, and that's where this bike is slightly disadvantaged. But this is actually a couple of kilos heavier. This is a 10-kilo bike. This will be the real test for me on the way up. Is this still quicker than my road bike on a slightly uphill gradient? Oh, there's a strong wind. I think the wind might have picked up. See, I'm getting my excuses in early. And start. Okay, that is that. I've done it. I've done both runs on both bikes, and I haven't looked at the stats. I actually don't know. I'm going to go back home now. I'm going to analyse the results, and I seriously hope the dry bike wins. Otherwise, what have I spent my money on? I mean, look at that view. Absolutely stunning. Then on the other side, we've got the Jura Mountains, which is where I live, over there. Tab, I'm back. What do you think the result is?
I think your Batmobile is the fastest.
Really? So the question is, have I wasted my money?
Yes, no matter if it was the fastest or not, you have
But if it's
wasted your
faster,
money.
no. Okay, I have the results, and they are interesting, I have to say. So I'll run through them run by run and then give the averages to see which bike is faster. So run 1 on the road bike, I averaged 299 watts. I had an average speed of 43.8 and a max speed of 52.2, just for interest. So lap 2, now this is the one that was going slightly uphill on the way back and slightly into the wind as well, was an average of 297, so slightly below what I was aiming for, but there or thereabouts. Average speed was 33.1, so nearly, in fact, more than 10 kph slower, with a max speed of 41.8. So that's the road bike. So the road bike average watts was 298. The average speed, this is what I'm interested in here, was 37.7. That's the average road bike speed across both runs. Now, the triathlon bike was an average, run 1 this is, of 299, exactly the same as the road bike on that run, with an average speed of 47.9 and a max speed of 56.3. It absolutely smoked the road bike on the downhill run. Now, the uphill run, this is what I'm interested in because it is a heavier bike. So, power average 297, which is the same that I averaged on the road bike on that run, with an average speed of 33.4 and a max speed, interestingly, of 40.8. So what's interesting there is it was slightly faster average on the way back, but I didn't get up to the same speed. I was a kilometre slower on my max speed. That's quite interesting. So uphill, it was still a fraction faster. Now, therefore, the average speed of the triathlon bike was 39.3. Bang! My money was well spent. So to put that into context, 39.3 versus 37.7, it's not a huge difference, 1.5 kilometers an hour, or 1.6. So I just want to put that into context. I'm training for a half Ironman. On a half Ironman, the bike leg is 90 kilometers. Now, over that distance, with that speed difference, now I'm aware there's a ton of variables I'm not including there, but let's just say you averaged 39.3 versus 37.7 on an Ironman. You're talking about a difference of nearly 6 minutes on the bike run. Now, for some of you, that will be like, whoa, 6 minutes. And for other people, you'll be like, what the hell, 6 minutes? But just to put that again into context, if I was then to try and make up those 6 minutes on the run, which comes after the biking, which is a half marathon, I would have to run 17 seconds per kilometer faster if I took the road bike. 17 seconds per kilometer. So that's the difference between, say, 4 minutes per kilometre and 4:17. So it does make a big difference. Now, I think that's money well spent. Tabitha doesn't. What do you think?